you do this to us?
I never meant for this to happen.
Hamilton, you lied to me.
The very instant my eyes landed on her in his embrace, something deep inside me broke apart. I wasn't even supposed to be there that night. Work had ended earlier than I expected, and instead of calling my wife, Claire, I thought I'd surprise her. Lately, we hadn't been spending much time together. Her endless late nights, the growing silence between us, those awkward dinners where our conversations felt forced, it was eating away at me. I thought maybe showing up with her favorite flowers might bring back a spark. But instead, I stepped into that restaurant and saw the truth. She wasn't just sitting with another man. She wasn't just smiling in that soft way I hadn't seen in months. No, she was in his arms, pressed against his chest, like she had finally found home in someone else. My throat closed up. My legs froze. The bouquet slipped from my hand and hit the floor. Nobody noticed, not even her. That was the breaking point. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. My mind screamed at me to rush over, demand answers, rip them apart. But my body betrayed me. I just stood there, hidden by a corner wall, watching the woman I vowed my life to melt into another man. He leaned down, whispered something in her ear, and she laughed. That laugh, the laugh I thought belonged only to me. I stumbled back out into the freezing night air. My chest felt carved out, hollow. When I finally got home, I didn't confront her. I just sat alone in the dark, waiting. Hours later, she crept in quietly, thinking I was asleep. I pretended. Her perfume lingered as she slipped into bed. I lay awake beside her, staring at the ceiling, wondering how long this had been happening. That was the start of the silent torture. For weeks, I said nothing. She kissed me good morning, asked about my day, cooked dinner like everything was fine. And every time, the image replayed in my head, her body in another man's arms. I began studying her more carefully, the way she smiled at her phone, the sudden late nights at work, the vague answers when I asked how her day went. But the cruelest part was that I couldn't call her out. Not yet. Not without proof. So I played the part of the oblivious husband. I laughed at her jokes, held her hand at family gatherings, told her I loved her before bed, while inside, I was breaking apart. One evening, I followed her. She said she was meeting coworkers for a project, but my gut screamed otherwise. I waited 10 minutes, then drove after her, careful not to get too close. She didn't head downtown toward her office. She drove to the edge of the city, down a dim, quiet street. I parked 2 blocks away and walked, my heart pounding like a war drum. I saw her car outside a townhouse. And then him, the same man from the restaurant. He opened the door, his face lighting up when he saw her. He pulled her inside. I stood there in the shadows, fists clenched, watching my wife disappear into another man's home. That was the night I snapped. The next morning, she walked into the kitchen as if nothing had happened. Her hair tied back, humming softly while she poured coffee. "Morning," she said. I stared at her, the words burning in my throat. Finally, they exploded out, "Who is he?" Her hand froze. Slowly, she set the mug down. What? What are you talking about? Don't do this, Claire. I saw you. At the restaurant. At his house. Don't lie to me. Her face drained of color. Her lips parted, but nothing came out. At last, she whispered, "You followed me?" "I had to," I said, my voice shaking. "Because you shut me out. Because I don't even recognize the woman in my bed anymore." Her eyes filled with tears. "It's not what you think." "Then tell me." Because from where I stood, it looked like my wife found someone better. She broke down, covering her mouth, sobbing. Finally, she choked out, "I didn't sleep with him. I swear. But I wanted to. I just wanted to feel alive again." Her confession was a blade straight through me. She admitted she'd been seeing him for months, not physically, but emotionally. As if that was supposed to hurt less. She said she felt invisible, that I'd been too focused on work, that she needed someone to remind her she was still desirable. "I never stopped loving you," she cried. "But I lost myself." And he filled the silence. I couldn't even look at her. The woman I built my future around was telling me I wasn't enough. That night, I packed a bag and left. Weeks turned into months. I rented a small apartment, cold, empty, but mine. She texted me often. Long messages, short ones. Sometimes just, "I miss you." I ignored most. Other times I answered with anger, or questions, or words I regretted as soon as I sent them. Friends found out. Family too. Some told me to forgive her. Others told me to run. None of them knew the weight of waking up every morning with her laughter burned into my head, the same laughter she gave to him. I tried to move on. Buried myself in work, in routines. But at night, her face haunted me. Then one night, there was a knock. I opened the door and there she stood, Claire. Soaked from the rain, eyes swollen from crying. "I can't do this anymore," she whispered. I should have shut the door. Should have told her she'd made her choice. But I let her in. We sat in silence while the storm raged outside. Inside me, another storm brewed. Finally, she spoke. "I ended it with him. Months ago. I've been in therapy, trying to figure out why I broke us. And all I know is, I don't want to lose you." Her hands trembled as she reached for mine. "I know I don't deserve forgiveness. But I'm here because I love you. Because even when I was with him, it was always you. Please don't let this be the end." I looked at her, really looked. The woman I once believed was everything. The woman who broke me. The woman begging for a second chance. Every instinct screamed to push her away. But another part of me, the part that remembered late-night talks, road trips, the way she fell asleep on my shoulder, ached to hold her again. "Claire," my voice cracked. "I don't know if I can ever trust you again." Her tears spilled over. "Then let me earn it. Day by day. As long as it takes." I closed my eyes, crushed under the weight of the decision. Was I a fool for considering it? Or was love meant to be messy, painful, fought for? That night, she stayed, not in my bed, but on the couch. I lay awake, listening to her breathing, torn between rage and longing. I didn't forgive her. Not yet. Maybe not ever fully. But I didn't send her away either. Because sometimes the heart clings to what the mind knows is dangerous. Sometimes love doesn't end clean. It lingers, bruised and bleeding, but still alive. And as the storm outside faded into silence, I realized something. My marriage wasn't finished. Not yet. But the road ahead would be nothing like the one we had walked before.